show that the function given by f of x equal to log x by x has maximum at x equal to e. So for that we have to go for first derivative, then second derivative. First derivative's equation to 0 will give you the critical point, that should be that x equal to e, and after that you have to just replace it in the second derivative in order to show that the thing which you have got is maximum, is giving you the maximum value for the function. Okay, so let's start with f of x equal to log x by x, f dash of x. You can use either product rule or quotient rule. Product rule in the sense 1 by x as one function and log x as the other one, or else you can use the quotient rule. Okay, so x into derivative of log x, which is 1 by x, minus log x into derivative of x1 divided by x square. I have used quotient rule. So that this is giving you 1 minus log x divided by x square as the first derivative. Now what we need to do, we have to equate this for maximization, maximum or minimum value. You have to equate this to 0. F dash of x is equal to 0 will give you 1 minus log x equal to 0. That is log x equal to 1. Now we are just replacing this 1 as log e. Log e's value is 1. So we are just replacing this in order to equate or get the value of x. We are writing 1 as log e. So from here you will get x is equal to e. Right? Now we will go for what is the second derivative. Second derivative from this, x square into derivative of 1 minus log x will give you minus 1 by x minus 1 minus log x into derivative of x square is 2x divided by x raised to 4. So here you will have minus x minus 2x into 1 minus log x divided by x raised to 4. Here itself you can just replace the value, okay, of x as e. If you want to simplify, it's okay. Otherwise you can just check the value here. 2x minus plus 2x log x divided by x raised to 4. So this is giving you minus 3x plus 2x log x divided by x raised to 4, or 1x can be cancelled so that it becomes minus 3 plus 2 log x divided by x raised to 3. Now we just check the second derivative at x equal to e. F double dash of x will give you minus 3 plus 2 log e divided by x cube. Now what is the value of log e? 1. So here also x is replaced with e cube. So what you will get? Minus 3 plus 2 divided by e cube, or minus 1 by e cube. So you can say that at this point the thing which you are getting, because e is always positive, so that 1 by e raised to 3 is positive. So this negative thing is making it as less than 0. F dash is giving you less than 0 means at the point you are getting the function to be maximized. Okay, therefore at x equal to e, the function is maximum. That is x equal to e is a point of maxima. Since x equal to e is a point of maxima, you are getting the maximum value. You have to just show that, need not find the value. Okay. The question is saying that two equal sides of an isosceles triangle with fixed base. So first we will just start with isosceles triangle with fixed base. So this fixed base they have given the value, so this is b. Okay, and the other two sides will be equal. So just take them as some variable so that both are having the equal value. Okay, and they are saying that the two values or the two sides are decreasing at this rate. What do you mean by decreasing? You will have a negative sign there. And the two equal sides are decreasing means it is actually, if you have taken x as one side, if those two sides have been taken as x, then the given thing is what it is. See here, you will just understand that it is changing. Its rate of change is given means dx by dt is given. Dx by dt is given to be 3. That means it is negative because it is decreasing. It is negative. Okay. Now, if we say it is changing at a rate of, at that time we will just prefer that negative sign here. If they are saying decreasing, we need not put a negative sign there. Understood? That means you have to find out how fast is the area decreasing, means when you are getting dA by dt, at that time you should get a negative sign. Then only you can say that it is decreasing. And that is happening when the two equal sides are equal. Means, what do you mean by that? When the two equal sides are equal to the base, means you have to get x as equal to b. Understood? This is the meaning. Now dx by dt is given. We will start with what is a. For that, first we are just drawing a perpendicular, so that this is 90 here. Okay, so using the Pythagoras theorem for this triangle, suppose this is A, B, C, D. This total is B, means here you will have B by 2. Right? Okay, so for this triangle ADC, you can just find out what is AD, because in order to find out the area, you have half BH. So you have to get the base as well as the altitude. Okay, for that, consider triangle ABC, and using the Pythagoras theorem, you will have AD square plus DC square is equal to AC square. Okay, AD square is, you have to find out. DC, so you will get AC square minus DC square, replace them. AC is x, so this is x square minus DC is b by 2, b by 2 the whole square. Or when you take the LCM, this is b square by 4. So you will get 4 here, 4x square minus b square by 4 is AD square. Therefore, what is AD is equal to root of 4x square minus b whole divided by 2. Inside the root, if you are keeping it as 4, otherwise you have to make it as 2. At that time, the denominator should be like this. Okay, so this is what we need for finding out the area. Now let A be the area of the triangle. Then A is equal to half BH, half into base into altitude. So half into AD into altitude is AD and base is BC. So you are getting half into root of 4x square minus b square by 2 into b. So it is b into root of 4x square minus b square by 4. And you have to just keep in mind that b is acting as a constant because it is fixed at base, means it is the given concept. Okay, so that is given concept. You have to make treat it as a constant. Now what we need, how fast is it decreasing, means you have to find out what is dA by with respect to t. Fast means every time it is with respect to time. So dA by dt will give you, b by 4 is a constant. You have to just treat it as like this if you want. Otherwise, you can just root of is 1 by 2 root of 4x square minus b square into the derivative of 4x square minus b square. This is the derivative of root x. 1 by 2 root x into the derivative of whatever the term is. So you will get here 8x minus the other thing is constant. So derivative of 4x square will give you 8x. Okay, so that this is 4 into 2, 8 cancel. So bx by root of 4x square minus, I have left something. What is that? We have differentiated with respect to t. dA by dt means it is with respect to t. But I have not written, that is when I with respect to x I have done this, I have to write something which is dx by dt. As in your chain rule, with respect to x, then with respect to 2. So dx by dt also should come here. Okay, dx by dt. Otherwise it will go wrong. Now again, what is dx by dt? Minus 3. Replace there, so that this will give you bx and minus 3. So minus 3bx divided by root of 4x square minus b square. So this is what you have got as your dA by dt. Now you have to replace. What you need to find out, when the two equal sides are equal to the base, what will happen to dA by dt? So when the two sides are equal means when x is equal to b, what is dA by dt? Replacing, what you will get, 3b into, instead of x, b, then root of 4 b square minus b square, which is minus 3b square divided by root of 3b square, or minus 3b square by root 3b. So here minus root 3b, which is, okay, well, the unit is centimeter square per second. So here you can see that you are getting a negative thing. Negative thing means it is automatically giving you that the area is decreasing. So when you write, therefore the area is decreasing at the rate of root 3b is enough. Root 3b centimeter square per second. But if you are writing that it is changing, at that time you need to represent that negative sign also. Okay, so this is what you have to show. Therefore, how fast it is? Therefore, the area is decreasing at the rate of root 3b centimeter per second, centimeter square per second. Now, I have mentioned here as decreasing, that's why I am not using the negative sign. If you are not writing here decreasing, you are just saying that it is changing at a rate of, then you replace it with negative sign. Okay. Number 5 is show that the normal at any point theta to the curve x equal to a cos theta plus a theta sin theta and y is equal to a sin theta minus a theta cos theta is at a constant distance from the origin. At a constant distance from the origin means first you have to find out what is the normal, equation of the normal. After that, from that is, if you get a line's equation and a point, you can find out the distance, that is a perpendicular distance, minimum distance you will get. D is equal to mod of, what is that formula used? If you have ax plus by plus c equal to 0 and the point is given as x1 y1, so the distance between this line and the point is given as mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square. So this is what we are going to use, and at last you have to get a constant for this d. Okay, so first we will find out what is the equation of the normal. For that, what we need? Dy by dx, and this is, that is x equal to y equal to is given, means this is in the parametric form. Okay, so first we will find out what is dx by d theta and dy by d theta. X is equal to a cos theta plus a theta sin theta. So you'll get dx by d theta is equal to a into derivative of cos theta minus sin theta plus a into, this is actually a product of 2. So you have to use your product rule. Okay, theta into derivative of sin theta cos theta plus sin theta into derivative of theta 1, because you are differentiating with respect to theta. So you'll get minus a sin theta plus a theta, sorry, cos theta plus a sin theta, so that these two get cancelled and you are getting a theta cos theta as dx by d theta. Now y is equal to a sin theta minus a theta cos theta. Again dy by d theta will give you a derivative of sin theta cos theta minus, you can take out a also, minus a into, again product of 2. So theta into derivative of cos theta minus sin theta plus cos theta into derivative of theta 1. So you are getting a cos theta minus into minus plus a theta sin theta minus a cos theta. Again these two get cancelled and you are getting a theta sin theta as the derivative of y with respect to theta. Now you need to find out what is dy by dx. It is dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta, which is equal to a theta. Every time you write this, okay, because sometimes no, you can make mistake like writing this by this. So when you write this formula, it will be clear that you have to write this first and then this. Okay, a theta sin theta divided by a theta cos theta, so that you are getting this to be tan theta. So dy by dx is tan theta. Now what you need? Equation of normal. Right? Again, you have to substitute x naught and y naught, and that will be these two things. Okay, x and y to the curve at a point. No, the meaning is to the curve at this point. This x comma y is the point which is given. So x and y you will get from this. So y at this point, what will be equation of the normal at, What is x? A cos theta plus a theta sin theta, comma a sin theta minus a theta cos theta. Okay, so these are the 2 points. Now replace the values. So you will get y minus y naught is equal to minus 1 by dy by dx, that is slope of normal, into x minus x naught. This is your x naught, y naught. So you will get this to be y minus y naught, a sin theta minus a theta is equal to, what you have got, minus 1 by tan theta. So this I will change as in terms of cos and sin. Okay, so that I will get x minus, this is a sin theta, sorry, a cos theta, this is x naught, a cos theta minus a theta sin theta. Here this becomes, in the denominator, sin theta by cos theta, so it will become cos theta by sin theta into x minus a cos theta minus a theta sin theta. And here you have y minus a sin theta plus a theta cos theta. Now I will just take this in the other side, that is cross multiplying. You will get sin theta into, or y sin theta minus a sin square theta plus a theta cos theta sin theta is equal to, multiplying cos, negative cos theta with this, you will get minus x cos theta plus a cos square theta plus a theta sin theta cos theta. So you can see that a theta cos theta sin theta in both the sides with the same sign gets cancelled, and after this what you are getting implies you remain with a y sin theta, and this is negative x cos theta. So I am just taking it to the other side so that this becomes positive x cos theta, positive x cos theta plus y sin theta, and here you have minus a sin square theta plus a cos square theta. So I am just taking this term to the other side so that it becomes positive, and this is a sin square theta plus a cos square theta. Now you can take out a from the right side. This is sin square plus cos square theta. Sin square theta plus cos square theta will give you a. That means x cos theta plus y sin theta is equal to a, right? Now making it in the standard form, that is in this form, you will get x cos theta plus y sin theta minus a is equal to 0. So this is the equation of normal, and it is in the standard form ax, a, this is acting as a, x, b, y, and this is c. That means where, okay, I can write this is in the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0, where a is equal to cos theta, b is equal to sin theta, and c is equal to minus a. Okay, now replacing with the formula, that is therefore the distance, and what they have said, it is the distance from the origin. So what is acting as x, x1, y1 here, 0, 0, okay, 0, 0 origin. So from the origin you have to find out the distance of this line. So d is equal to mod of, replacing the values, a, this is the formula, ax plus by1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square. Now when I replace, x1 and y1 is origin, that is 0, 0. Okay, so here you will get a, which is cos theta, into 0 plus sin theta into 0, and here you will have minus a, and since you have modulus sign, it will become positive a. Okay, root of, you will get cos square theta plus sin square theta. That means this will give you mod of minus a divided by root of, this is 1. So distance is a constant. You can write it is equal to a comma a constant. Okay. Find the intervals in which the function f of x equal to 4 sin x minus 2x minus x cos x divided by 2 plus cos x is increasing, decreasing. So what we need to first find out, is, okay, so we are starting with f of x. What we need to find out is f dash of x and equate it to 0 and find out the x values of x, right? And in which interval that x value is giving you increasing and decreasing. So first we will find out what is f dash. For that, first we will rewrite this f of x, okay, so that the question becomes easy. Here you can see 2 plus cos x, and here you have x in common, and you can make it as, if I take minus x in common, this can be written as 2 plus cos x, right? So that this question becomes a little bit shorter. Now I am just separately dividing. So first term I am taking as 4 sin x divided by 2 plus cos x minus x into 2 plus cos x by 2 plus cos x. So that no second term becomes only x. Okay, here you can cancel and this becomes 4 sin x by 2 plus cos x minus x only. Now you can differentiate easily. What is f dash of x? Here you can use your quotient rule. 2 plus cos x, v into derivative of u will give you 4 cos x minus 4 sin x, that is u, into derivative of this will give you 2 is a constant and derivative of cos is minus sin, divided by 2 plus cos x the whole square minus derivative of x is 1. Okay, so here you are getting 8 cos x plus 4 cos square x plus, this will become plus, 4 sin square x divided by 2 plus cos x the whole square minus 1. Again from here, if you take 4 out, this will become cos square plus sin square, so that it is 8 cos x plus 4 into cos square plus sin square divided by 2 plus cos x the whole square minus 1. Now again this becomes 8 cos x plus 4, this is 1, divided by 2 plus cos x the whole square. Again minus 1 is there, so I am just taking the LCM, so that the denominator is 2 plus cos x the whole square and numerator becomes 8 cos x plus 4 minus of 2 plus cos x the whole square. So expanding you will get 4 into 4, sorry, plus 4 cos x plus cos square x, right? So that again it becomes 8 cos x plus 4 minus 4, this will get cancelled, minus 4 cos x minus cos square x divided by 2 plus cos x the whole square. So these two get cancelled. 8 cos x minus 4 cos x will be giving you 4 cos x. So f dashed of x is giving you 4 cos x minus cos square x divided by 2 plus cos x the whole square. Cos x can be taken out into, this will give you 4 minus cos x divided by 2 plus cos x the whole square. Now till this it is okay. Now we need to find out that f dash of x will give you where the positive thing and where the negative thing, right? So for that we are just not equating it to 0 and finding out, because you will get only one case cos x equal to 0. So what we are doing is, when this, just see, cos x value will be ranging in between minus 1 and 1, right? Cos x is ranging between minus 1 and 1. Now we are going for this value. Now if cos x is, the maximum value for cos x is 1 and minimum is minus 1. So what can you say about 4 minus cos x? Even if you are putting the minimum value or the maximum value, you will get this to be positive, right? And again 2 plus cos x the whole square. So anyway, if it is cos x is negative value or a positive value, this total will give you, it can go till this, no? So 2 minus 1 will be giving you 1. So 1 square is positive. Anything, any value which you are getting, the whole square will be giving you the positive thing. So this is positive, this is positive. The only thing which will decide this f dash value is cos x. So we can say that these two will be positive. Therefore, f dash of x is positive, is greater than 0 when cos x is greater than 0. That means here you have this value, ranging. So if it is taking this till this, any value, so you can say that this f dash will also have that greater than 0 means positive sign, because cos is positive. These two will be positive for any case. Even if cos is negative or cos is positive, these two will be positive. So the only thing which can decide f dash sign is cos x. So if cos x is positive, f dash is positive, and f dash will be negative or less than 0 when cos x is less than 0. Now we will just see where cos x is positive and cos x is negative. That will give you where x should lie. Okay. Now if you have the quadrant, you know that in the first quadrant it is all silver tea cups. That means in this one and this one cos will be positive, right? That is first quadrant and fourth quadrant cos is positive, and in the third and second quadrant, these two quadrants, cos will be negative. So when I say that f dash is positive, that is when cos is positive, what do you mean by that? Which implies that f dash is greater than 0 when x belongs to which all interval? From 0 to pi, you can say. Okay, when it is like this, sorry, pi by 2, till this it is pi by 2. So in the first quadrant and in the fourth quadrant means from this part to this part is 3 pi by 2 and this is 2 pi. So you can say that 3 pi by 2 less than equal to x less than equal to 2 pi. So these are the intervals in which the function is, and I am not taking this because at those points you will get not the positive value, but see this is cos 0 and I am just taking the interval because we have to see increasing, not strictly increasing. You are just taking that interval here as less than only. Okay, or I can say this is when x is belonging to 0 pi by 2 and x belongs to 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. Okay. Now f dash of x is less than 0 in the second and third quadrant. That means from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2 implies x belongs to, or when x belongs to, when x belongs to pi by 2 less than a, interval, comma 3 pi by 2. Okay, so you can say that therefore f is increasing in the interval 0 pi by 2 and, or you can use union also, 3 pi by 2 comma 2 pi, and decreasing in the interval pi by 2 comma 3 pi by 2. Question is, find the intervals in which the function f given by f of x equal to x cube plus 1 by 3, x cube, where x is not equal to 0. For the existence of this, you have the function to be increasing and decreasing in which interval. That's what you have to find out. So first we will start with f dash of x, which is x cube plus 1 by x cube. F of x equal to x cube plus 1 by x cube. F dash of x will give you 3x square plus, here what is this actually, plus x raised to minus 3. So you will get minus 3 x raised to minus 3 minus 1 minus 4. That is 3x square minus 3 by x raised to 4. Or else you can just take the LCM. 3 can be taken out from both the things. Taking LCM will give you here x raised to 4. This is x raised to 6 minus 1. Okay, now you have to just see where this interval is increasing or decreasing. Now again I can just rewrite this as 3 into, this is x cube the whole square minus 1 square. I can write this as, correct? So this is in the form a square minus b square. So that this is 3 into x cube plus 1 into x cube minus 1, a plus b into a minus b divided by x raised to 4. Okay. So now equating with f dash of x equal to 0 for critical points, what you will get? 3 into this whole term is equal to 0. Or I can say that f dash of x is greater than 0. When it can be is greater than 0? When both these signs should be, both of them should be positive, right? F dash of x is greater than 0 when these are positive. I can just start with when it is increasing, then you need to find out. For increasing, you should have f dash of x to be greater than 0. Okay, so that f dash of x will be greater than 0 means this term should be greater than 0. This term will be greater than 0 means this will be every time greater than 0 because it is a power is 4, positive power. So you need to check for these two. And if the product, this is greater than 0, right? Now this is greater than 0 means either these two should be together positive, giving you the positive sign. If this is positive, you will get greater than 0. Or you can have this is negative, negative, greater than 0. Negative into negative is also positive. So you have two possibilities here. Either both are positive or both are negative. Okay. So I'm just taking this as, this implies x cube plus 1 greater than 0, and this should be together happening. X cube minus 1 is greater than 0. If both are positive, the product will be positive. And from this you will get x cube is greater than minus 1 and x cube is greater than 1. If x cube is greater than minus 1, x is also greater than minus 1 and x is greater than 1. So here you have got two things of which we can just combine and write as 1. Just see, this is minus 1, this is 1. Okay. Now x is greater than minus 1 means this part, and x is greater than 1 is this one. So if I say x is greater than 1, it will be automatically greater than minus 1 also. So I can just combine these two and write that x is greater than 1. From this I am getting like this. Okay. Now the other option is both should be negative. If both are negative, the product will be positive. So this is the first case. And the second case will be when you have both to be less than 0. That is x cube plus 1 is less than 0 and x cube minus 1 is less than 0. That is x cube is less than minus 1 and x cube is less than 1. Or x is less than minus 1 and x is less than 1. Now again we will move on to this minus 1, 1. X is less than minus 1. Less than minus 1. And x is less than 1. So if I say that x is less than minus 1, it will be less than 1 also, right? So from these two, I am just combining and writing it as x is less than minus 1. Understood this concept? This is clear? Okay, so for the first case, I got either this can happen or this can happen for giving you the function to be increasing. Now for decreasing part, that is for when it is the function is decreasing, you will have f dash of x should be less than 0. Now f dash of x is less than 0 means either of these should give you a positive, that is one is positive, the other one is negative. Okay, so you will have again here two cases. That is first case is when x cube plus 1 is positive and x cube plus minus 1 is negative. Understood? One is positive, the other one is negative, so that the product is negative. This will give you x cube is greater than minus 1 and x cube less than 1. Or x is greater than minus 1 and x is less than 1. You just go for the number line. This minus 1, 1. X is greater than minus 1 means this part. And x is less than 1 means this part. So you will have a common thing which is in between minus 1 and 1. Combining these two. And means is combination of these two. And that will give you, it is like this. That is x is lying between minus 1 and 1. You have the common point. Now the second case is if x cube plus 1 is less than 0 and x cube minus 1 is greater than 0, that means in this product one is negative and the other one is positive, so that the product will give you negative only, right? At that time what you will get, x cube is less than minus 1 and x cube is greater than 1. or x less than minus 1 and x greater than 1. Again for the number line minus 1, 1, x is less than minus 1, this part, and x is greater than 1, this part. That means they don't have anything in common, it cannot happen. So this possibility we will neglect. Okay, this is not possible. So that you will get only this condition for decreasing. Understood? Understood? So this is the last conclusion, that is the function is increasing when you get the condition for x as either greater than 1 or less than minus 1, and it is decreasing when it is lying between minus 1 and 1.